So I have the template for homework number 2 opened up here on my Autocad file. But first I'm going to click on my Adobe Acrobat tab. I'm going to go up to the Edit box in the toolbar up here and go down to Take a Snapshot. Using my cursor, I'm going to press down with my pick button and then hold it down while I drag across the screen. And I'm going to take a picture of this. I release. It tells me the selected area has been copied. I hit OK. I'm going to go back to AutoCAD. I'm going to click on my Edit tab here and I'm going to pick Paste. The LA size text box pops up. Just say OK for now. Wheelie mouse out. And now I have that PDF snapshot within my AutoCAD file, so I don't have to flip back and forth, and I can just draw here in CAD. I can resize this if I want. All I did is select it. If you hover over the edge, or you do a crossing and catch it, you can select the grip in the corner and make it larger. Or if your F8 is off, so ortho is off, you can make it smaller like that. You can also hit M space for move and move it around. Like so. So I'm going to start drawing real quick here. I'm going to change my color right off the bat to change it to green, so I don't have to change it later. This is 6 inches by 10 inches. I can do it a few different ways. To start off, I'm just going to draw a line. I'm going to hit F8, pick a point here, pick a point here. I have no idea how long those lines are. I'm going to use my offset command, and I'm going to offset 6. Grab this line down the bottom, offset it up. I hit cancel to get out of the offset command. I hit spacebar to get right back into it, and I'm going to type 10 space, grab the vertical line, offset it to the right. I'm going to go up and pick my trim command, and I'm just going to pick up here and do a crossing and just select everything. Once I'm done selecting, I hit the space bar. Now I can either individually pick these and trim them, or I can do a crossing and get rid of it like that. Over on the side here, it's 1.5 inches by 6 inches tall, so I'm just going to copy this one right over using my copy command. I can get my copy command up here on the toolbar. Drag this to the side. Now my F8 is on, my ortho is on, and now this block is 1.5 inches thick. Use my offset command again. I'm going to type 1.5 and hit enter. Select the line, offset it to the side. I go back to my line command. Endpoint to endpoint, escape, space bar to get back into line. Whoop. Endpoint to endpoint. So now I have the body of this drawing and it's right in line with each other. My circles, I have a 1/2 inch diameter circle and 1 5/8 inch diameter circle. So I'm going to draw a circle, center diameter, and 0.5 is a 1/2 inch. If you take 1 divided by 2 on your keyboard or on your calculator, you'll get 1/2 inch. Now I want to do the second circle, which is 1 5/8 inch. So on my calculator, I do 5 divided by 8 will get me 0.625. So my diameter is 1.625. So circle, diameter. I hover over the edge of the circle, the cross pops up in the center. I select D space for diameter, 1.625, and that is correct, 1.625. I'm going to put my center lines in here as well. There's an easy way to do it in AutoCAD, but I'm just going to show you one of the quicker ways. I'm just going to use my line command. Draw 2 lines. I'm going to draw a circle. It's a little bit bigger than that one. And I'm going to extend those lines out. Space. Use my erase command. Get rid of that circle. I don't have Oh, I do have center loaded already. If I wanted to load center, I could pick other right here, load, and I would scroll down and find center. Here I'll just pick center 2 as an example. Hit OK, hit OK. So if I want to change these two lines, I'm just going to select them. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to pick red for the color. And I'm going to pick line type of center. Now the circles themselves are, the first one is over 2 and up 2. So what if I was to take and select these, pick my move command from here. I'm going to pick the center point right here as my start point, my base point. I'm just going to move it to this corner right here. So now I need to move that over and up 2. So I can do move, M space for move, select all the objects using the window, hit the space bar, and I could type 2, 2. So my X displacement is 2, my Y displacement is 2. Hit return a second time, and there it is. Another way to do it, I can do move, select all the items, pick a base point here, anywhere on the screen, go this way 2, and hit the space bar. I hit the space bar again, I'm in move, hit P space for previous, I'm done selecting, hit the space bar, pick a point, go up 2 space. These next sets are over 3 units from the first circle, so I pick my copy command, space bar, 3, 0, return, return. I could copy this one now, 3, 0. Now the distance from this set of circles to the next set is the difference between 4.125 and 2. So 4.125 subtract 2 is going to be 2.125. Copy. Now I want to do a window from here. I selected a point out here. I'm getting all those items in. I hit the space bar because I'm done selecting. My displacement is going to be, I'm going to pick a point here and go up 2.125. Now, over on the side here, I have counterbored holes. The bigger hole goes in 7/8 of an inch, or 0.875, and then the smaller half-inch hole goes all the way through. The quickest and easiest way to make sure I get it exactly where it belongs is to do a line command from the quadrant of this circle, and the quadrant of this circle, quadrant, quadrant. Now I'm going to offset this front line 0.875 in. Offset, 0.875, return, select that line, and take it to the side. Now I'm going to use my trim command. Trim. I'm going to just slide inside the outer circle. I'm going to pick and come and do a crossing like that. And I'm going to hit the space. I'm actually going to grab these two as well. That one as well. I trim those. I trim all of those. And then I'm going to trim in here as well. All I'm doing is selecting. Now I have the half-inch circle. I'm going to draw a line. Line from that intersect or that quadrant. Line. Actually, I'm going to skip that one. I'm just going to do this one here first. I'm going to pick my trim command. I'm going to select all these lines right here. Hit the space bar, pick those, pick those. Now, it's showing all these lines as dashed. So let's see if I have a dashed or a hidden. I do have hidden as an option. So I'm just going to click on here and do a crossing like this. And I'll leave the lower one for now. Come up to my line type, pick hidden. So I need to get these two lines down here, and I need to make this look the same. So I'm going to use my copy command. Copy. I'm going to select these two lines, and hit the space bar because I'm done selecting. I'm going to pick my base point here, and just come down like this. I could have just pulled those lines straight across like I did previously, but I want to show you another way to do it. Now I want these lines to be hidden. I could select these lines, go up here, and pick hidden. Or I could pick the item that I like, pick match properties, and then select them like that. So they now match. I'm going to do some dimensions, linear dimensions from endpoint to endpoint. Just hit the space bar to go right back into it. Now the dimensions I want all to be white. So I'm going to pick one of them. I'm going to right click and pick select similar. Come up to my color, drop down white. Since I'm going to be doing text and dimensions from here on, I'm just going to drop down in the green and change it to white. So my current color for anything I draw will be white. Linear dimension from this intersect to here, and down the bottom from here to here. If I want to do notes, I'm going to use my text box here, and I'll do a multi-line text. And just to save time, I'm just going to type drill 1/2, and when I type the inch mark, it'll automatically stack that equation to be a fraction. Now, when I click out of it, you can see that my text here is much larger than here. If I select this item here, over here it'll tell me how big my text is. It says my text height is 3/16 of an inch. I'm going to scroll down to my fit area to make sure that's not being scaled up. And currently it's being scaled up 1.5 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one over. And I'm going to explode it. Whoops. Explode. If I select that 0.875 now, it tells me that the text height is 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, a quarter. So I'm going to erase that and get it over to here. If I double click on this, I can go into this text mode. I pick the pick button and I highlight it all. This drop down box right here, I need to change that to be 0.25. Or I could input it as 1/4. Hit return, and it changed the text size. So now when I do this note, and double click on it again, drill 1/2 inch diameter, hole, etc. I'm going to move it using my move command to bring it down to here. Maybe I'll drop this guy down out of the way, might put him over the other side, using my grips. Use my move command. And now I'm going to use a Q leader into here. So QL space. Pick a spot. Right now, ortho is off, which I want it to be off. I pick a spot about mid-height of the text. I'm going to wheelie mouse in. Now I want to hit my F8 button to put the ortho on, and then as soon as I'm done there, I hit escape, and now I have a leader.